Hello everyone, it's time for a video of the Jetta. Now this isn't a major problem, it's something minor. So minor that I've lived with it for about 3,000 miles now. But I finally decided to do something about it because I finally took the time to figure out what was going on. Anyways, let me give you guys an explanation of what was going on here. The car had a kind of a shaking noise, more so than an actual shake at highway speeds. And get up above 60, 65 miles per hour, and you could feel the car shaking a little bit, but the steering wheel wasn't shaking, and it wasn't like it would bounce you around in the cab or anything. But the problem has been getting worse and worse, so I began to look at the wheels and tires here. Let me show you what I found. Now, when checking for a vibration concern or a shaking concern, you want to take a look at the smoothness of the tread of the tires. If you see any waves or bulges, that could be a sign of a broken bead. I thought maybe I had a broken bead on one of the tires here. So what I did is I just spun the wheel here, spin the tire, see how that's nice and smooth, nice and flat. There's no bumps or anything. The next thing you want to do is you want to take a look at the wheel here. So as you can see, when I spin the wheel, nice and round, nice and smooth, no bumps or anything in it. This one checks out fine. Now, let's go to the back one. Back tire has a little bit deeper tread. Looks good, spinning nice and true. Let's take a look at the tread here. It looks good, looks nice and smooth. Looks good. Everything's looking fine here. So this wheel checks out fine too. Let's go around to the driver front wheel and do the same tests. Now, right off the bat, you can see we've got a little bit of road rash here, a few scuffs, things like that. Let's take a look at the tire tread. It looks fine. It's not wearing unevenly, so it's not like the alignment's out or anything. Well, let's take a look at the tread and make sure there's no broken belts in the tire or anything. It looks all right for the most part, but it does look like it's kind of wearing a little bit on the inside edge here. All that being said, let's check the wheel here. Here's one of the first things I notice. Do you see this here? This little black spot is where the tire has contacted the rim, and it should not be contacting the rim there. So let's see if this wheel spins true. Did you guys see that bump? See that right there? Right by the black spot. The wheel's bent. Right here. So, that could be causing some of our vibration. But, it's nowhere near as bad as what I've been feeling lately, so I think there's something else. Finally, let's go to the last wheel here, the driver's side on the rear. Once again, ooh, do you guys see that? Take a look at this. This is a great way to tell if your tires are wearing properly or not. See how it's kind of going light, dark, light, dark, light, dark on the tread pattern? That's a sign of imbalance, improper alignment, or a bent wheel. So, once again, let's spin the tire. Okay, looks all right, looks fine. Now, let's take a look at the tread. You guys see how the tire is moving a little bit here? And just look how, in general, this just isn't wearing properly here. So, more than likely, we've got a problem here somewhere. Now, last but not least, let's take a look at this side of the wheel. Once again, see a little black spot there? But let's spin it and see how it looks. Whoa, there we go. See those bends? That's the cause of our problem. Right here appears to be the biggest one, right here. Let me spin that again for you. Now the crazy thing is I've just been driving this car and haven't done anything about it for 3,000 miles. I've just been living with this, but I can't believe that the shaking or the vibration isn't any worse than it is right now with this, because that's a pretty bad bend. You get this wheel spinning 70, 75 miles an hour on the highway, and that'll That'll really cause some vibration. All right, so we figured out our problem, but never worry, never fear. I found a couple wheels on Amazon. These wheels were only $100 each. And the beauty about this is I looked into having those wheels repaired. These type of wheels can be repaired with the right tools and the right technology. The place that I looked into charged $100 per wheel to fix them. So rather than dealing with the old wheels, I thought, why not just get two brand new ones? So let's open these boxes up and see what they look like. I read really good reviews about these wheels, and they seem to be pretty good. They're packaged well, that's for sure. Box inside of a box. That looks like the right wheel. Yeah, there we go. That looks like it, guys. Okay, we're going to use the tire changer over there to dismount the tires, since the tires are still good. And we're going to mount them on the new wheels with new valve stems. Now, one of the things I really like about Volkswagen is they still have a tire pressure monitor system, but it does not use the individual sensors on each wheel. Instead, they use wheel speed. The only disadvantage with this system, obviously, is you can't read your exact tire pressures. However, if you get a low tire, the vehicle notices a difference in that one wheel's speed compared to the others, and it sets a low tire light, because the lower the tire gets, technically the smaller the diameter of the wheel and tire combined. It spins faster, the vehicle's computer detects that and triggers a low tire pressure light. And it's easily reset just by inflating all your tires to the right pressure and pushing a button. It's that simple. There's no expensive sensors to go bad or possibly break when you're taking the wheel off. All it is a simple valve stem. And that makes it really nice for me in this case, because I don't have to worry about transferring a sensor from one wheel to the other. I just put a brand new valve stem in the brand new wheel and go from there. Here is the first bent wheel. There you have it. Here's the next old wheel, the one that was really bad. And you can see how bad this one bend is right here. This one's pretty bad. Yeah, you can even see that with the naked eye. It's both the old ones. Let's get our new ones. Now, when installing a new valve stem, you want to make sure you lubricate the new valve stem so it installs easily and seals properly. Now, there's a special tool that is made for this. It threads onto the threads of the valve stem, and then you just pull it through. But because I don't have that tool with me here at home, what I'm going to use is a pair of pliers with this paper towel wrapped around the brass end of the valve stem so I don't damage the threads. Then we're just going to pull that up through the wheel until it seats. There we go, just like that. And there's your new valve stem, installed and ready for use. Now, to reduce noise and to help this cupping wear a little bit more properly, we want to make sure we mount the tire in such a way so that it rotates in the opposite direction of the cupping. So in other words, if you look at the tire, there's a slight angle of the cups going up like this, okay? So the tire cups and the feathered edge is facing this way. We want this tire to rotate counterclockwise like this, so that way this smooths out those feathered edges and it reduces noise. This wheel is going to be mounted on the right front of the vehicle. So we're going to mount this tire in a way that the cupped edge here is on the inside, so as the wheel rotates going down the road, it rotates in the opposite direction of the cupping here. And that way it helps smooth it out. I'm sure we'll use plenty of bead lube here so the tires install nice and easily and seal properly on the new wheels. And the tire placard here on the door jamb says 35 PSI. Looks like that is right where we want it to be, right there at 35. Even though it's a brand new valve stem, I like to go back and just make double sure that that valve stem core is tight. And it is, so we're good. Thread the cap on, and that's it. We're done. All we have to do is balance it, but I'm going to actually balance all four wheels on this car since I've got them all off. I'm doing a rotation and replacing these two rims at the same time. So I'm going to balance all four wheels, that way I get the smoothest ride possible. The other thing to look for when you're putting the tires back on the wheels, some tires will tell you which side faces out. In this case, you can see here, mount this side out. So we've got that right. We got our first new wheel on the balancer, and we've programmed the distance from the balancer that the edge of the rim is here, the width of the rim, and the diameter of the rim. Now, I could use hammer-on weights here on this side of the wheel, but I like the stick-on weights. The more and more that I use them, it doesn't scratch up a brand new rim. They stick on better, they're easier to put on, and there's less chance of them flying off. So I personally like the stick-on weights. I'm going to use those, that way I'm not hammering a wheel weight onto my brand new wheel here. Now all that's left to do is close the hood. Let's see how much weight it calls for. Not bad, 1.5 ounces. That's about average. Let's see how we do. Ideally, you want to see zeros, all zeros across here. That means the wheel is balanced down to 1/4 ounce. And there you go, 0, 0. That's what we like to see. This is ready to go. The second new wheel was even better. Only 1/2 ounce and 1/4 ounce needed to balance it. Now that I've got both of the new wheels balanced, I'm going to balance the old wheels here as well, or at least check the balance and make sure it's still balanced correctly. So you can see the old weights are still on. They used a hammer-on weight here, and it looks like there's about, that's 2 ounces of weight there actually. Those are 1/2 ounce blocks. Now I'm going to balance these and correct it as needed, and who knows, they might be fine. Let's see how it does. Yeah, a little bit off, but not too bad. 1/4 ounce and 1/2 ounce. So let's see how it goes. Perfect. Now I'm a little more concerned with this last one here. This is what was previously the passenger side rear tire. Now that I put it on the balancer, I did find a tiny little bend. I don't know if you guys can see it. See that little bump in there? I don't know if that's going to have an effect on this or not. If you look close, you can kind of see where it looks like something might have hit the wheel right here. You got a little chip out of there. I mean, it's so minor though, I don't think I'm going to worry about it. Let's see how it does. Look at that, only 1/2 ounce and nothing on the other side. So let's put 1/2 ounce on it and it should be good to go. And there we go, guys. It balanced out just fine with that extra 1/2 ounce. So all we can do now is put it on the car, take it for a test drive. I still doubt that little bitty bend in that wheel there is going to make any difference. I mean, maybe like 90, 100 miles an hour, you might notice it a little bit. But 60 to 70 here in Missouri, you should be fine. Pop the little center caps back in. Two new wheels on this side. Everything's balanced. Let's go take it out for a drive and see how it does. We're coming up on the highway here. Let's build up some speed. And it's smooth as glass, guys. Everything is perfectly smooth. I like it. Why are my vehicles always low on fuel whenever I make a video? Oh, there you go, guys. I just finished cleaning the windows after running it through the car wash and getting her all cleaned up. She looks great for a 2011 with 230,000 miles. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up as always if you did. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.